My name is Melissa C. Potter. We are going to go on a journey together from dating and DMs to self-exploration and quiet time too, as I share tales from the outside. How far have you gone for love?
As far as you need to.
Big dog, riding the wet like on Rick Ross.
I will be having conversations with some of my friends. You may know some of them quite well. You get to sleep with me.
Oh my God.
About their own life's journey, finding love, and we're gonna have some shenanigans and good times while we're at it too. Am I now a cougar? So this is Tales from the Outside. Welcome to another episode of Tales from the Outside. I am so excited to see you, Corey Calliet, transformation specialist for all of the best and brightest in Hollywood. Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Thank you for joining us. Where are you coming into town from?
I'm coming from Miami right now.
Okay.
Straight off the plane, straight to you.
We're going to have a toast to that with the Black-owned Japanese whiskey brand Shinju.
Now we going up in the summer. Now we going up and my family doing numbers. Yeah, now we going up in the summer. Now we going up in the summer.
Cheers to safe travels.
That's right.
For joining us, to sharing some of your tales. The first tale that I want to know about you is, tell me about being a transformation specialist. What does it mean?
Let me drink something first.
Okay. Well, I will sit with that too.
All right. What does it mean? I think transformation for me overall is not just about physical. It has to do with me all the time, from the physical, the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, just the whole aspect of when it comes to transforming the body. Because if the inside doesn't change, the outside won't stay the same. And that's what I believe what real transformation is.
What's the biggest transformation you've personally ever faced?
Myself first. Coming from where I was as a youth, becoming a man, seeing it in front of my eyes, my first physical transformation with myself. It's funny because, growing up they say you can be anything you want to be in this world. I didn't believe that till I was 26.
Wow.
And I was working at the Postal Service, and I quit my post office job to become a trainer.
Okay.
Leaving a government job to become a trainer. I've been in the South at the time, too. And in the South, you get a mailman job, you're stuck for life. But I was able to transform my life my own way through physical, which also changed my mental. Left that job, which was very comfortable, to step out on faith and trust myself. Became a trainer, and then, boom.
Amazing. Yeah. Where did the passion and the love for working out first come from?
Honestly, it came from, I just wanted to have abs. I just wanted to look good.
I want them too one day.
They're going to come.
Yeah?
They're going to come,
okay.
trust me.
You got to help me with that.
I got you. That's what I do.
Okay.
But it literally came from the vanity part. I want women to look at me. I want, when the woman see me, she say, he fine. Because all my friends around me was athletes at the time. They was playing ball and stuff, so I wanted to look good. And you never know if you can do it until you try it. And I fell in love with it. And I went through the process of trying to figure it out for like 6 years.
Wow.
And in 6 years, I still couldn't find until I got with a coach. And I did my first bodybuilding show. And what I was trying to do in 6 years, I actually did in 8 weeks.
Oh my God.
And
you just woke up from like zero to bodybuilding shows. That's a big
it was
step.
it was boxing. It was like I was boxing was what I did the most. So boxing and just running and just trying all kind of stuff out, because the best way to succeed is to try everything. You got to fail at a whole lot of stuff so you figure out this the thing. And a lot of training and just trying to figure out all the time, it kept me going, and I got to the space where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get somebody to help me. And I transformed myself, and that's when I became addicted to it, like ridiculously addicted to it.
And so you've applied that gift to transforming other people, notably with Khloe Kardashian's revenge body. How do you go from like training yourself and knowing what your body needs to be able to tell other people how to best transform themselves?
That was the thing I was afraid of at first, but I remember telling myself, and I started training women first, because training men is kind of easy, but training women who have the hormones, and women carry more fat than men, and it's different. That was a challenge to me. And I started training older women. So it wasn't women that actually have the fast metabolism. It was women that's going to actually challenge me. Everything I do in life is kind of hard at first for me to really figure out if I can do it well. And then I see myself succeed at it when I get through it. And, you know, training people, I say, you know, if I could do this with me, let me just try it with others. And bit by bit, getting person after person, I started to see what I could do, because I'm not a person that's going to just automatically just do too much at one time. I'm going to take my time with it. And it started to work. I got a certification stuff, but realistically, you don't learn how to transform people through a certification. You learn how to transform through trial and error. And you learn, it's like a scientist, like an artist. If you make a circle wrong, you just go back over it and you learn how to fix it. And I'm a self-taught person, so that's just how I was able to do that.
Interesting. So for me, I was always the chubby kid.
What?
Yes.
You can't tell.
A nerd. Nope. So at my highest weight, I was 275 pounds.
Hold up. Wait.
Yes.
Wait. That don't look like nothing like
275 pounds. And so much came with first making a decision to lose weight. I feel like that's step one. And it has to be for you. It can't be for vanity, for other people. It really has to be, I want to look good. Like you said, I want abs. I want to feel my best self. For me, it was being a mom and being able to hop off the couch and move quickly. That was the first time I said, oh, snap, losing weight affects my mobility. It allows me to live life in a lighter way, spiritually and physically too. So when you are vetting new clients, is that something you're asking them? Like, what is their motivation for the weight loss and transformation?
Most people come to me, you know, I'm going to humbly say, when you decide to come to me, you got your mind made up. First of all, because I'm expensive.
If I was about to say.
So you're going to have your mind made up already.
That's true.
But honestly, you know, if you're going to the best, you're not going just to a Rolls Royce dealership and say, oh, I got to figure it out.
Right.
You're not really just, for real, you're not going just, you know, window shop. You know, you got your finances in order, you got your mind in order, you got your heart saying, I want this one. So when people come to me, you know, they know they have it. What I ask them is like, I need to know what's exactly going on in your life. Now that goes back to the mental, because see, the gym is the only place that you can actually, it won't hurt you unless you hurt yourself doing the exercise, but it'll help you, build you, make you better, make you stronger, confidence build, and you get what you want to get in life. That's what the gym does to you. And if you don't have your mind in check and your heart not in check, then you won't be able to see what you're trying to be. And that's what I think of when it comes to fitness. So you got to have that in order. You got to have that made up in your mind. Accountability with yourself. You said it. You wanted to do it for yourself. So you had to have yourself. You had to have yourself motivated to do it. Because if not, you would have failed.
And people always ask me, how did you do it? And I'm fine with being transparent. I said, Dr. Weber in White Plains, New York, and I went down to Miami to Havana Plastic Surgery, and I got it together. Is there a stigma that comes with you as a trainer saying, did I take a cheat code? Was that the cheap way out by having it surgically done versus really building it in the gym and putting that sweat equity in?
That's a two-headed sword. So when I was training with Chloe and doing Revenge Body, people thought I was training her, which I wasn't. We worked out a couple times, which I love that show. But even if you get surgery done, you got to be able to maintain that stuff.
That's true.
So you have to have a mental aspect, a type of mental fortitude, something that's going to keep you going, because if not, you're going to go right back.
Right.
You know, so if they saying, okay, they got this done and that done, they actually was working out too. So, because if they wasn't working out, it would look really funny shape. So you was able to go do what you did and look at you right now. Because if you wouldn't adapt the habit of trying to figure out what consistency is and understanding nutrition, understanding diet, understanding working out, you'd have felt right. You'd have been going back to try to do something else.
Yeah, definitely. You are set to open a gym near SoFi Stadium next year. So what's going to make your gym unique?
I'm there.
Oh, you're the celebrity in-house.
Every day. When I thought about opening a gym, because I didn't want to do it at first, because I was like, that's just another thing I have to do. I do enough right now. But I thought about a staple piece. So just when you think about, you come to LA, you got the Hollywood sign. You get to go you go Hollywood Boulevard, and then you go these different places. I'm gonna have a staple where you come, because people, funny, believe it or not. So my gym is called, at my house is called The Box.
Okay.
And people come from around the world to come train in my garage.
Wow.
A couple weeks ago, I was sitting there thinking about the amount of people that's coming to my home garage to train with me. That's big A-list celebrities. and it's so normal. I think one of my homies called me the other day. He was like, "Who you got in the garage there?" And I was like, "Oh, Lizzo in there real fast." He said, "Bro, you just say it so."
Just Lizzo, just Grammy winning,
And
Emmy winning.
I be forgetting that type of stuff because I've been doing it so long. But my gym is going to be the place where people can come and get an experience.
Yeah.
And actually get to meet me in person. And also get to see the amenities and things they have, because it's not just a gym. It's a $56 million building.
Wow.
We have rooftop bars, restaurants at the bottom. It's everything.
Oh my God.
It's like the Soho House of Gyms.
Okay.
So that's what I'm building out here, not just a place where you just come work out.
I'm not going to ask the price point because I imagine it is not cheap.
Nah, it's going to be cheap.
It's not
It's gonna
Planet
be
Fitness.
It's not that at all.
Okay.
Ain't gonna be that. No purple and gold over there.
No pizzas on Tuesdays.
We won't have
for
that.
free? Okay.
That's a horrible thing.
I can't. I was guilty of going to Planet Fitness and enjoying the pizza nights.
That's how they get you.
And then going right back home. I ain't step foot on the treadmill.
You know what? I'm not mad at you. Don't do that over there by me.
Exactly. What other projects do you have coming up?
Fitness. I have my online fitness app, Achieve.
Okay.
Achieve Fit. You can find it on Apple or Google. I do offer VIP coaching, where I have coaches that work under me, and we train people from here to Scotland to Germany to Africa and everywhere online. But on the other side, the film side, I have the TV. I can't really talk about it right now, but it's a TV show with these big guys on. They trumble over other little guys that's trying to. That's all I'm gonna say.
You may know what show that is.
It was a movie I remember. It's like Gladiators movie or something like that. The show got something to do with that.
Okay.
I just finished a movie called Prince with Nicolas Cage.
Nice.
I just had 2 films in the film festival, Waterboys and Vigilante. I start filming Imani 2 in about a month from now.
You are busy.
Yeah, so it's like the film and the fitness side.
Oh, wow.
Because, I talk about the film sometime, but I get that imposter syndrome that I shouldn't be talking about it a lot because, which is weird. But then I'll be like, nah, I'm doing it for real. And after the ABFF Film Festival, I felt like that was my time to say, okay, this is what I'm doing. So we have that, and I'm just auditioning.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be the next, Michael Jai White, Wesley Snipes. No, the next Corey Calliet.
The next Corey Calliet hashtag.
Yeah.
It's a lot of transitioning.
Yeah.
We're going to transition right now to talking about dating.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the hard part.
How does transforming one's body impact them when they are in a relationship? Let's say for me, I started out, I got 2 rings being 240 plus. But now, I weigh much less and I'm single and I'm outside and I cannot find partnership.
That's because men and women are against each other these days.
Is that it?
If you go on social media, I always say it's a war between men and women. From people who have failed relationships who don't know how to fix them and they just fight. I can't say I'm the best at relationships because, I was in the streets too. I'm not gonna sit up here like I was a saint.
Right.
But I learned from my mistakes. And also knowing understanding yourself. People don't take the time to understand themselves. But being with me and being in a relationship being with me, it wasn't the easiest thing. Because I'm a man on a mission and my purpose comes first. And people don't understand if my purpose don't comes first, which is me to take care of that as a priority. Right. I can't take care of us. And then do you know how to take care of me when I'm down? We're in a selfish time right now. People saying be selfish, but they're not categorizing where to be selfish at. You can't be selfish with your partner.
That's a great point.
That makes me think about it when these past situations that I've had. Yeah. People say be selfish. Be selfish with your career. Be selfish when you're getting your money. Be selfish when you go to the gym. Yeah. Don't be selfish with your partner though.
So what does it look like to be selfless with your partner?
Giving. Be willing to give. Being vulnerable enough to be open. Understanding someone. I think the biggest form of selflessness is understanding. Understanding you and understanding them. Yeah. I wasn't the best at it, but I learned from it and able to adapt. But it's tough out here for dating.
It is.
It's like World War III.
Yeah.
It ain't happened yet.
So you're from Louisiana.
Yeah.
You now live in LA. What is the difference in Southern dating styles and West Coast style?
Let's just say I moved to LA with a girlfriend and then I didn't have one.
Oh my goodness. Let's unpack that a little bit.
That was like 10 years ago.
Was it the temptation of the sun and the models and the bottles of it all?
All right, so I mean, I was engaged at 22.
Oh my God, you were a baby.
I know I had a baby when I was my daughter was born at 19.
Wow.
Me and her mom was like, okay, well, they was like, okay, y'all got to get married. And excuse my language, my dumb ass was like, all right, cool, come on. Mm-hmm. But my baby mom ended up being one of my closest friends. Like that's why my daughter, thank God my daughter didn't turn up and go into the streets and nothing because she had good parenting. Yes. Plus, you know, I'd probably kill her. But
that part.
But it helped her because our relationship. But you know, it's so different being in the South and being in the West Coast. Mm-hmm. I used to tell my friends, if you have one of my friends, she was married at the time, and she was like, I'm about to move to LA. I said, no, you're not.
Save the marriage.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Because if you haven't been anywhere, temptation is a lot, especially being here, because it's everywhere. Yeah. But when you find somebody you have to be tired of it. You have to be over it, tired of it, and that's what helped me. As a man, it's like you got to be, because a man not gonna change till he ready. That's true. I did not believe all that stuff. Even though I would tell people that, I would tell them that because it sounded good, sound good, like a man to change. Nah, he will not change until he's ready to change. I don't care. So I saw maybe it was a TikTok or Instagram. A guy said a man will change when the woman comes into his life that's very nurturing, caring, and all that's bullshit.
So there's nothing we as women. You got to give me advice because I'm back outside.
There's nothing you can do. The man has to be tired of it. Okay. He has to be fed up with it. I got to a point where I was fed up with I didn't want to be doing woman to woman. I didn't want to be talking to more than a woman at one time. I didn't want to. I was just tired of it. I was over it. And it helped me to just like, it gets to the point where they'll call or just link up and I'm just like, I don't feel like it. Right. You're drained. And when you find a man that's drained and he's done work on himself and he's actually open to love, being vulnerable, catch him. Catch him because honestly, that window that we have, we may be tired, but we're still men. That's because you catch me at a time where I'm most vulnerable to like, I'm tired of it. Right. Give me something new to see and want. And as a man, we'll chase that.
How should I ask him, or should I ask him at all if he's at that stage? Like, what is the vetting process to know the bullshit versus the real of it all?
This show is very unfiltered. It's very not filtered, right? No. I've told many lies. Jesus Christ, I'm not gonna front. I've told some lies. Because I was growing up. That's just we didn't. Let me say this: the generation of men that's raising men now. Those men that we raising gonna be better. I don't have like male figures in my life I could really go to and say that's the man I want to be. Right. I don't have mentors. I never had mentors. Yeah. So I don't have no one I could be like, okay, that's how it's supposed to be. We got to learn through trial and error. That's like true. I learned most of the stuff in my life, and we're raising young men now to have intention, to be vulnerable, to be open, to have a heart, to lead, instead of follow. Right. So this next generation, they're going to be fine. My daughter, thank God, because I don't have to go,
And I'm sure you're telling her the real deal.
I've been telling her the real deal since she was born.
So she's ready for outside.
She got a boyfriend. Uh-huh. Lord.
What was that like, meeting him?
Let's just say I had to send him my Instagram.
Oh, shoot.
And show you what I can do. You see it.
Right.
My daddy is a human superhero. Uh-huh. He will fly here to come get you. Fast. No matter what you do. I trust my kid. Yeah. When she went to college, she called me and she was asking me questions and stuff like that and talking about stuff. And that's when I said, okay, I was able to sleep at night with her going to college because my daughter's she's an introvert. And she didn't speak for herself a lot, but I never understood if she was paying attention. Because I like to call and like just have random conversation. Me and my daughter like sister and brother. Okay. I must have called her this weekend just like 7-8 times. Before I get dressed for something, I'm putting the phone up to her like, what did it look like? Or she'll call and say, Dad, why you calling me? Just so I can see your outfit? Yeah. I say, no, I just want to see your face.
I love it.
But that's my best friend.
So she's 19. My daughter is turning 5.
Okay.
In between 5 and 19, because I feel like I am just now learning men, how can I prepare her? Because I feel like in Black families especially, don't talk to boys, don't date. But, little children from other ethnic groups are allowed to wear makeup at 12, to go on dates at 14. So how do I bridge the gap in being age appropriate, but also exposing and preparing her for when she is 19 to approach relationships?
It's going to be you leading by example, but it's also going to be a lot of conversations. We think it's good to be male bashing in front of our kids. Yeah. That ain't going to help. Your experiences and being able to have real conversation with her, and her being able to see different things, but also showing her the good and the bad.
That's true.
That's going to be the biggest thing. The communication of you all going to be what takes it to the next level.
Yeah.
As growing up, we didn't really have a lot of conversation with our parents because they were working. Putting food on the table,
That's true.
putting a roof over our head, putting clothes on our back was the most important thing. Those small conversations are the things that they're going to carry.
Yeah.
I even think about conversations I have now with my aunt was telling me that I didn't want to pay attention to them, but they come to me now. But that's how you're going to be able to, because she's going to follow what mama did.
Yep.
The energy you put out at home, whatever happens at home, that's what she's going to be able to say, okay, mama was doing, then it must be okay. And then when she get older and she's making some mistakes, she's going to say, well, I saw you doing.
That's true.
And it's the conversations that you have with your daughter.
Yeah, Kevin Samuels infamously caused a lot of debates and stir on social media about this concept of high-value men, women maybe not being as valuable as they think they are, asking you, how do you rate yourself? Are you a 10? No, you look like a 4. So for me, I like to consider myself a high-value woman.
As you are.
Educated, career. But that doesn't make it even easier than someone that may not have some of the same standard or typical qualities one associates with being high value, right? So as a man, does it matter to you, the woman's education, her career background? No. What's important?
I could give a care about your education, and I don't give a damn where you work. I don't.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter to me, because as a man, I'm going to protect us. I'm going to provide for us. I'm going to make sure we're good. But you are the foundation of this home. Yeah. You take all of that away. You take money away. You didn't go to school. You don't have a job. You still have a person. You still have a heart.
True.
A foundation of a home, it's the foundation. It's the ground floor. It's this. If this falls, we all fall. That's you. I protect you. I provide these things around you. If you can't hold me here, what I need you for.
Right.
Yeah, it's good that you're educated, because certain, educated women, they can come in and they can take things and turn this into that. I love that. But a woman that doesn't have the education and doesn't have a job could do the same thing too. She can have aspiration to do it, to help you, so y'all can build together.
But what I think, going back to your point of men not having role models or not seeing that models in their home, is that we have a lot of men that don't get the concept of the protect and provide. And so we as women have to step up, and it disrupts the balance in the household. Right.
Women becoming more masculine than the man has to be.
Exactly.
So that's the questions you have to ask. You have to ask, don't ask the questions about now. Ask the questions about before. I was raised around all women. I was the first boy in my family. And so protecting, providing, I naturally have that. I also grew up in the streets, so you have to I got to make sure that they straight. So that was gonna happen regardless. But, I think right now, like you said with Kevin Sam, you coming out and it's like a high value woman. And then he was judging women off appearances.
That's true.
Because if you're happy with it, you're happy.
Yeah.
But don't be happy in public and sad at home. We're not doing that.
That's true.
If you're happy with it, you're happy with it. You're happy all the time. You're happy with who you are. But we wasn't born like that.
But I understand what it's like to be the heavier woman in the room, and that's the motherly figure. That's the funny girlfriend. That's the person at work where you're like, oh my God, what's for the potluck?
Right.
Versus now, there's an assumption that maybe I'm not as approachable, or maybe I'm going to judge. And I'm like, hey, but y'all, I actually know what it's like. I want to whisper to the heavyset women, like, psst, psst, this is what they talking about over there.
We need, and that's my thing, to inspire women that want to lose weight, that want to feel good, that want to feel great. You can really do it. It's going to take some time, but you can do it. You can, even if you got to go to the doctor or whatever. Everybody's talking about Ozempic right now. They bashing Ozempic. Ozempic is just like any other thing. You want a fat burner, you want to go take men that take enhancements, like, drugs or whatever it may be. You still have to learn how to do the things outside of that,
Right.
so that when that runs out, you can still do it. It's just something to get you to keep going. Yes, it's not good. It's taken away from people that have diabetes and things like that, but it's like any other thing that you get out here and that's going to help you try to get somewhere faster.
So the streets have told me
What they say?
that men that are in shape love a plus size woman.
Yeah, I think it's plus size and thick.
Okay.
I like a thick woman.
Thick.
I
Thick
ain't-
as curves,
Curves,
boobies.
yeah. I'm still from the South.
Got
I'm still from
you,
the South.
got
Don't
you.
you come over here looking like a matchstick.
But you know what? There's not enough conversation about overweight men
They-
and how we are expected to just be okay with either accepting the belly and the wife beater and the beard and the bald head. Like, that's a thing that people are attracted to right now.
That's because I'm not going to deal with him, because the one right here not going to give me that much trouble. One of my friends I grew up with saw me grow up from a little bitty. She said, Corey, I would never date you.
What?
She been knowing me for 40 years. She said, because look at you. You gonna be the one that's going to give me hell. And it's like, no, just because I got a body don't mean I'm going to use it for bad.
I've been treated poorly by fat, skinny, in shape, not.
Y'all shouldn't accept, if a person can't take care of their personal self, and you're supposed to be so high level, what's wrong? Why? Ask yourself that you could take care of everything, but you're not taking care of the thing that you have to carry through life every day.
But what if they gain weight during the course of the relationship? Time goes by.
How long is that?
A life change. I mean, you could be married at this point. You could be dating in a long-term relationship, and either they drastically lose weight, but also could drastically gain weight. How do you approach that as someone you love, but also want to encourage them to be their best selves?
So are both people out of shape?
No.
I'm asking this.
You are you.
I'm me.
And your fine-ass girl gains 75 pounds.
Shit. Damn. Okay.
Could be from a life event. Could be from having a child.
Okay.
Could be depression.
Okay. Then I need to be there for her. I have, if I'm being me, like the trainer, super trainer, I have to. We have to understand what's going on here and how comfortable you are, because you become content. Because I'm not going nowhere. I'm not cheating on you. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not cheating on my wife. I'm not cheating on nobody.
Yeah.
I've cheated in the past, but I'm not doing this to the at this grown age. I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
I'm tired. It's too
Takes
much.
a lot of work.
It's a job.
Listen, I'm on my Lori Harvey right now. I'm like, how do these niggas do this? Like, answering calls, dodging. I can't play the game that much longer.
That name you just said. Great Lori, amazing person.
Well, we are here to tell some tales, and I know that you have some crazy dating stories, as do I. Dating is new to me. I've been a serial monogamous my entire life, so turning 40, the first time I really dated. I don't know what it's about, but I would tell you the first person that I stepped outside with made me want to run right back into the house.
Right back inside.
He had an issue because I like my Starbucks in the morning.
What?
And we went to a hotel. We spent the night. He put me in like a Hampton Inn, not usually where I book on my own, and wanted me to drink the hotel coffee. Had a problem because I wanted to spend my $7 on my honey almond milk latte every morning.
Your own $7.
My own $7.
Not his.
We made different salaries. And so he had different things that were important to him financially, and he thought that was a waste and that I should make my coffee with the water from the sink in the hotel at the Hampton Inn and be okay with it.
Drink.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, if this is what dating is like, I don't know.
That's Instagram dating. $7 for a coffee.
$7.
Man, you got $7.
Thank you.
This coffee, if he trying to really keep you, first of all, he put you in the Hampton Inn.
And I was trying to be a solid one.
A solid
one.
one.
I could do this. We could thug it out together. This
Right.
is not love, but
Right.
this is like.
How long you knew him?
We met on IG.
See?
You said this is Instagram.
He got too many saved videos saying don't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it a test?
You got to check his algorithm.
I can't.
You probably have a whole lot of quotes of these strong men saying you can't do this and all that.
True.
Oh, go to hell.
It's true.
$7 is easy.
Easy, right?
To keep you for $7, get some coffee.
That's it. I don't ask for much.
I don't even drink
Honey,
coffee.
almond milk latte.
That's all. It's
A small one, a tall.
That's terrible. Give me his Instagram. I'm gonna talk to him after this.
Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. So for you, tell me about a disastrous dating tale in your world.
Sheesh, I got catfished. I'm too old to get catfished.
Was
But
this online?
it started online, then
Okay.
it went to text. And usually I would have somebody FaceTime me. I guess I was just too busy at the time. And then when I went to her profile, it was all old pictures. I wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah.
She had a good voice, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All ugly people got good voices. It's pretty true. Ladies, y'all better watch the men.
Watch the voice.
Because they got like that real deep,
That very
soft voice and
bass.
talking smooth and everything. And you might, you hear him when they lick their lips like LL or something like that. Be careful because he probably heavy or look a different kind of way. You know what I'm saying? But no, so we were talking, and this was like maybe 2000s. I don't know what year. It was a while ago. It wasn't no time. It wasn't in no times. It was when I first got to LA, maybe 15, 16, something like that. So I'm fresh out. I'm fresh from the boot, you know what I'm saying? And we FaceTiming. No, we didn't FaceTime. We talked on the phone, and I always FaceTime. She finally came over. I'm a stupid ass, yeah. She comes through the door. I say, "What the person on the picture?" That's my exact
Are you the Uber
words.
driver?
I was like, "You got to be lying." And we was talking for like a couple weeks, but I'm so busy. Of course, I wasn't just talking to her at the time. I'm talking to other people doing whatever. But I just wanted to.
What did you expect versus what does she look like?
Exactly. She sent the representative. Literally, not the representative of a personality. She sent a whole different person. So we sitting in the living room talking, and she next to me, and I don't know if I'm trying to like envision her as somebody else in my head sitting next to her. So she just like my arm like this. She right there, and I just can't take it. So I grabbed my phone and I had a group chat with my friends, and I put a red flag on there. We know what a red flag is.
Right.
So my homeboy calls and said, "Corey, somebody just broke in my house. I need you to get over here. This is a real thing."
Men do that too?
Hell yeah.
I had no
I'm
idea.
gonna make up something that we have codes.
Okay.
So he calls. I'm like, he calls me, and he like, "Bro, I need you to get over here." So I tell her, "Listen, I gotta go. I'm gonna put you in the Uber and stuff like that." And she could tell something was off because I think
You were lying.
She could tell I was lying because I was just mad at the time. I'm like, "Why? How you just pull up over here looking like that? You come to see me. Not saying I'm some whatever, but don't do that to me." So we put her in the car. She leave and she calls me back and she's getting mad. She's upset and she's like, "You did this and that."
Lord,
I am from
take
New
it to the
Orleans,
streets.
but I was so catfished. I say, "Damn, I actually let it happen to me." Wow.
Oh, God.
And another one happened too. I had one flying from another country.
Okay. This is a different level of wealth.
My money different.
You see?
You know, and we FaceTime.
Wait, was she flued out by you?
Nah.
Okay.
I ain't doing that. If she in state, I'd fly. I ain't. Them flights get heavy.
True.
Coming from wherever she was at. So she came in, didn't look like that. Thank God she was staying in the hotel.
Okay.
I never went back over there. Never went back. I'm sorry.
Yo,
I had to work out.
I can't. Wait, so you first saw her at the hotel.
I had to meet over there. I wanted to see what she looked like.
And then
I was
what
excited.
happened?
I went upstairs and I was upstairs, and I had a client all of a sudden.
Okay. Not a client.
I could get clients all the time.
Transformation.
And transformed my ass from there to my house and never went back.
Time to drink Shinju.
That's right.
On that note.
I didn't go back. It didn't happen. So it was bad. It was bad.
Oh my God.
I have tales for days, but I'm gonna stop right there before
Well,
people
we're
start
going to talk
judging
about
me.
another tale that was user submitted
Okay.
by Melinda. She's 38 from Detroit. Checks every box.
All right.
Makes money,
Love it.
no kids, HBCU graduate, works out every single day.
Okay, Melinda.
So one would say high value, right?
Yeah.
Sounds that way. But she can't find her mate. Sounds familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
She's done everything. She's put herself out there. She's up at the Four Seasons during happy hour. She's following all the TikToks about where to meet the zaddies. She's going to networking events. She's at the gym. She's going to church. Nobody is hollering at her. So what do you think that men are not seeing her as a high-value woman, or what approach should she take now to really get someone to come inbound to her? Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. So first of all, I'm going to say this. I got to make sure I let people know that women that's educated and high value, I'm not saying that you're not high value because of those things. I'm saying I love that. Be successful, be strong. I love that. You know, if you got it with me, you got it. Let's do it. But high value, we got to watch how we say, what we put it at.
What it means.
What it means, you know, it's different places. But Melinda, Linda, I'm going to call her Linda. So, the problem is choice exhaustion.
Unpack that.
It's too many options.
For men.
For men, it is. Women don't, it's too many options for men. It's too many options. And women, you can be beautiful, but I can guarantee you I'm going to go outside and see somebody that tops that.
Heard that.
And the thing is, like, well, they could be this and that. We don't know their personality. We just looking at what we see. We attract what we see. We attract what we see first. I don't know. You got a great personality. I can't tell because I'm looking at you. I'm looking at your body. Looking at how you look. I'm looking at how you're looking at me. Yeah. I think sometimes we for women, they don't choose the one that everybody wants to. Most women are attracted to what everybody else wants.
That's true.
Men don't do that a lot.
Why?
I'm not trying, because we got a word for that. Because probably if everybody wants you and then you done been with everybody, they got a 3-letter word that men be trying to throw around. I don't want to say what it is, but that's what it is. I'm not saying that. Okay. And it's probably not true. They're probably just lying. But I'm not trying to be with the one that everybody want or had.
Okay.
She could be changed, but it's a man thing. It's not her time. And I'm going to say not her time off experience because I've dated women, I've messed around, I've been a player, I've done all the things that you could do until it's time. That's when you're going to find what you're supposed to have. One time a woman told me I was on the way going to Germany to film a movie. She said, Corey, how many girlfriends you have? I said, 1. She said, that's not enough. I said, what? She said, before I found my husband, do not take this advice. This is what somebody told me. Please.
I'm taking notes.
You're not going to know what you want till you got to date around. One person not going to have everything you want. She said, when I met my husband, I might have been talking to like 8 or 9 guys. She said, well, I wasn't sleeping with 8 or 9 guys, but I was giving guys enough attention so I could learn and see what I want. She said, I met my husband. She said, I got to see what everybody else had, and I met my husband. I didn't take that advice because I had a girl at the time, and I didn't want to do that. But then when I left her alone, I took that advice, and I was dating around to see what women. But you have to be ready to see that because men could be dating women. It's just like changing shoes.
True.
We just doing it to do it. What sex means to a woman is different from a man. We don't believe it's soul. Men don't believe it's soul ties.
Interesting.
Your soul don't have to be. I'm glad we're talking like this. Your soul don't have to be connected to everybody that you have sex with. Just because I had sex with you, you gave your soul to him. No, I didn't.
Right.
I gave something else to him.
A good time.
That's it.
A great feeling.
I wasn't giving no soul. I left and went home and watched TV.
Well, you know, we as women, we're like, okay, he's choosing me to be intimate with. It means something.
Yeah,
that's my man.
Exactly. That's why you got to know these people that you're choosing to be with, that you're choosing to give yourself to. As a grown man now, I would tell my son, do not fall in love with every woman that you're going to be with, boy. Get to know her. Don't try to be with her and know her like that. Because you can get yourself, I got hurt a lot growing up. Yeah. I got demolished by women growing up. I was one of them, I grew up around a lot of women. I didn't, and my friend told me, she said, I'm surprised you didn't grow up and you was like on the left side instead of the right. And I was like, nah. My sisters would beat me upside my head. I grew up with very tough women. So it was like I was very attracted to women. I wanted love, 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 love because I didn't get the love like I thought I wanted from home. So it's like you got to know yourself enough to know what you're choosing because just because you got the degrees, you got the good job, you look good, that don't mean you're actually ready for what needs to happen. And then men having so many options and choices, we can choose all day long, especially on this app we call Instagram.
That's true. It's a candy shop.
It's a candy shop.
For both sides, for men and for women.
It
I
is.
can scroll all day like, he fine, he rich.
Exactly.
He's famous.
And there's way more good women than there are men. Because men are it's a potluck.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah. So I know that a man has to be ready. What is your expectation for a woman when you are at that point of readiness? Should she drop immediately and be ready to settle down with you?
No.
Or are you going to give her some time to prepare herself for that next step too?
I want to see where she's at.
Okay.
So there's two types of women. There's a woman that's ready at the same time as you, and there's that woman right there that needs to warm up to you because she's probably been through a lot of stuff, and she's going to get in this relationship, and she's going to have a wall up. Do you have the patience to help bring that wall down? It's two different type of women. And a woman, she when she gets to the certain age when she feels like she's ready, go into it like you're ready.
Okay.
You don't go into something half-assed talking about you ready, because we could sense that real quick. But a man also show you real fast if he ready or not.
Okay.
Do not if he men that go
Tips. Y'all hear these tips in the room? There's a
Men
lot of
that-
single ladies.
men that go sex quick. Don't pay attention to the physical. Pay attention to their words and their actions. It's a lot we do in a small amount of time. When you can tell, you can tell a man who don't want to be bothered by the way he carry himself, his posture, what he do with his cell phone. If you're looking at his watch, you can tell all kind of stuff because I've done all of it. Women, y'all have the intuition stuff, right? Sometimes y'all turn it off.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
That's what I be saying.
Yes.
Be like, your Wi-Fi was off.
Legit.
You thought you was wrong. When you want someone, you got to make sure inside that you really want that, because we can feel that. I don't have the time to be fighting over what you did before. Go deal with that stuff, man.
Right.
Don't. I can't. I'm not trying to break down the wall I didn't build. I don't see men talking about I'm ready to be a husband.
I never hear it.
I wish I actually don't want to hear a man saying that. I want a man saying I'm gonna do the work so when I become a husband. Don't you be like talking about I'm ready to be a husband, but I'll slap you.
When people tell me they're engaged or they're getting married now, I don't say congratulations. I say, I wish you well. I wish you luck.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
We can't say congratulations no more.
No.
Because you might not make it to the wedding.
Exactly.
You might not make it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's terrible, but it's real.
It is.
And I think being on the other side of 40 now, the rose-colored glasses are off, where we can have these honest conversations.
Tell the truth.
Be grown.
That's what I would say. Tell the truth. I don't care how bad it hurts. Say exactly what's on your mind. And if they can take it, y'all can have a conversation about it. Because when you can communicate something to someone where they can understand it and they don't feel belittled or feel intimidated, you can have a clear understanding of who that person is and what they're trying to get to you. But if you cannot communicate well, it's going to fall. I was a lesson I had to learn.
Yeah.
Communication is really key in any aspect. And everything I do, communication is key because I live in a life of direction. I give direction.
Yep.
Acting and also in fitness. I have to listen before I respond. I have to watch before I tell them change. Listen to your partner.
Yep.
Even when you're just getting to know a person, don't just talk. Ask. Ask all the questions.
Well, that's a mic drop moment right there. We are here with Corey Calliet, transformation star, but also a man very wise about relationships and love. So I appreciate your time and you being here.
Thank you.